It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin, KB Burns. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin, KB Burns.
And welcome in. It's finally here. You've heard about it. You've read about it. You've seen it. It's What's Burnin' on Lake TV with me, KB, Kevin Burns. Thanks to the good folks at Ozarks Barge and Dock, as well as Budget Blinds for helping us out with the program. And all of you folks, it's been a long road, but we finally made it back. Thanks to all the folks who have sent out their well wishes, congratulations, kind words. And now we're going to put together a great show for you. For the next hour, we're going to be hanging out, doing all kinds of fun stuff, talking to folks in studio, getting out about in the community. As a matter of fact, my very first guest on this program, Bill Cass from SRG Financial Advisors, with some great financial advice. We'll have a great opportunity to hear a little bit more about a great organization at the Lake of the Ozarks that's doing wonderful things for veterans. That's the Healing Box Project. Professor Jim Paisley will join us for a history lesson, and we'll round out the program with an opportunity to actually go in someone's home. That very rarely happens as far as I'm concerned, and that's in the home of Fred and BJ Gross with the Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club. We've got a great show, folks, so hop on board. Let's go for the ride. Watch this thing develop. We are going to have so much fun. I've got so many wonderful things, and this great staff at Lake TV who has backed me up all the way. We'll take a quick break, and on the other side of that break, it's Bill Cass with SRG Financial Advisors. What's Burnin' on Lake TV?
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach. Voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the Quick Car Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The Quick Car Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. Quick Car. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV.
Hey, welcome back to Lake TV and What's Burnin', and our first in-studio segment on the program of this brand new show. Excited to have my good friend and financial guru, Mr. Bill Cass from SRG Financial Advisors. Bill, great to have you in on the program, sir. Good day.
It's great to be here. This is pretty exciting to be part of this. This is kind of a special day. I'm so tickled for you and so happy that you're getting the opportunity to do this. This is going to be a wonderful thing for the community.
I think, it's been a labor of love for a while, and we've been working behind the scenes, and thank you for helping us out with some of this as well. But we obviously want to get into our topic of choice today.
Well, one of the beautiful things about Lake of the Ozarks is that we have so many people that come to this area with the idea of saying, I want to retire at the Lake of the Ozarks. So many people dream of retiring at the Lake of the Ozarks. The issue always becomes whenever you retire and move to an area, that means you have given up your job, you've given up your paycheck. And now suddenly you have to create that paycheck when you're trying to live in the area that you've chosen to live in. And we're having some times right now financially where there's a lot going on between the recovery from the COVID issue, from what's going on just on the national scene, concern about taxes, concern about inflation. There are a number of different factors that are just all of a sudden kind of coming together with the idea of how does this affect me? What is going to happen with the money that I've saved?
I think that, one of the big things we're seeing now is some of the residuals. Some of the things that maybe we didn't expect, trying to get people to come back to work. I mean, goodness gracious, with all that unemployment money that was given away and stimulus money, everybody thinks they're on a kind of a free ride right now.
And they have been for just a little while, and that that's become a huge big issue. We're still 7.5 million jobs down from where we were at full employment. So that there's a lot of expansion left to happen in that area, which is going to be good for the economy, which is going to be ultimately good for the stock market if we can get over some of the humps and bumps that we're experiencing right now. Yeah.
It's interesting because the Federal Reserve plays such a big role in all of this. And the Fed really kind of sets the bar, lets us know where we're at, lets us know where we're going to be if we don't watch ourselves. And that's in itself kind of an interesting question, because I don't really know that we pay too close attention to the Fed when they're telling us, well, if you don't pull back or move forward, these various consequences may be coming down the pike. And so what do we do, and how do we include what the Fed is talking about with what's going on right now?
Well, probably the biggest concern right now when we look at the stock market versus the Federal Reserve is that they're in their meetings right now as we're having this interview. Mm-hmm. And on Wednesday, they're going to be having a very large press conference after the fact where Jerome Powell will come out and kind of give his prepared remarks. He will not have any problem whatsoever giving those prepared remarks. Those will all come across however he wants them to. Mm-hmm. Where the problem could come, and traditionally for the last number of news conferences that he has given, the stock market has declined on those days based off of people trying to interpret what he is saying or not saying. And the big question right now is going to be is that this economy seems to be booming in a lot of areas. Is that, are you going to stop the low interest rates? Are you going to stop the buying of different types of bonds? And they're going to try to get him to make some sort of comment on that. He has been saying all along they're going to see the course. They're not going to make any dramatic changes this year. That interest rates will stay low for the coming year. If they manage to do that, if he manages to be able to get through this press conference without saying something, and I promise you there's going to be a lot of pressure put on him to make some sort of a statement about that. And he's not going to want to, but they're going to try. And that could certainly have a definite effect on the short-term stock market. You know, one of the things that everyone, like I said, we're worried about inflation, worried about employment. There are a number of different things that if they all happen at the same time could have some long-term effects for our economy, for the people that are trying to live off the money that they have saved when they've moved here to the Lake of the Ozarks. It makes for some very unsettling times for people to try to decide, okay, should I continue spending money like I have over the last few months? Because we have gone from a complete bust, almost depression era type of living last year when COVID first hit, to the Federal Reserve coming out and loosening the monetary policy in such a way that the economy has bounced back in a quicker way than I think anybody really had anticipated. And that's sometimes hard to maintain without having some inflation.
So as we get a little close to wrapping this up here this afternoon, let's talk a little bit about the individual investor and some advice you can give them at this particular point so that they don't, sell, or end up jumping out a window or something like that.
Well, the main thing is, as an individual investor, you want to be sure that the money that you're investing is money that you're looking at using 5, 10, 15 years from now, not money that you're counting on using for income or money to use to buy something right now.
Right.
Because you're really, that's not investing, that's speculating. You're speculating that the market is going to have a short-term increase and that you'll be able to make money off of it. That is always probably the biggest mistake that I see a lot of people making, is trying to derive income off of the rise and fall of the stock market. Mm-hmm. That puts you into a pretty precarious spot.
Well, Bill, I want to take an opportunity to thank you again for being on the program and being a part of what we're doing here. SRG Financial Advisors, if you'd like to put in a plug, a website, phone number, all that good information.
Well, look on srgfinancialadvisors.com. There's lots of really good information on there. Tells you how to get a hold of us and have a conversation with us, or give us a call, 573-302-7212. More than happy to sit down with you and discuss not only what we talked about today, but what is going on in your personal life and how money might be able to help in regards to that.
Thanks again, Bill.
Thank
you.
Listen,
we're going to take a quick break. On the other side of that break, we are going to have an opportunity to get out and check out the Healing Box Project. We had a chance to be at their fundraiser and also a chance to meet some of the veterans that benefit from the Healing Box Project right here on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Hey guys, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. This week, don't forget it's Father's Day. What does every father need in their life? A little relaxation. And do we have the recliners? We have over 30 in stock ready to go today, and they're all at great sale prices. All right, so come check out the recliners for Father's Day here at Slumberland Furniture, where it's always a good life.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Hey Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in. Cash above list.
and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock is now celebrating 32 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 32 years.
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new community spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
I want to thank my guest, Bill Lacasse, for joining us right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV. We'll have Bill back from time to time to talk about financial situations and how you can benefit from some sound financial advice right over there at SRG Financial Advisors. I want to remind folks, if you would like to check us out, you, your neighbors, some places to look for us: Como Channel 90, Spectrum Channel 197, Roku, MyLakeTV.com, and also check out Lake TV's Facebook page. Over 35,000 followers, generating to the tune of about 250,000 hits a month. Hey, listen, folks, you know me, and I am a big supporter of various groups and organizations doing things to help people in our community. One of those is the Healing Box Project. I had a great opportunity to visit them at their yearly fundraiser, which was out at the Fish and Company. Dale Blue and the staff do a great job out there. CJ and Dave Dunkley putting on a show with a lot of great auction items, as well as an opportunity to get out and play, and the public gets to see the veterans in action. Let's take a look at it. Hey everybody, we're hanging out here at the Fish and Company on a beautiful Sunday afternoon at the Lake of the Ozarks. As you can see, I've got a wonderful autographed guitar among many of the other great guitars and all of these great auction items to help out a great cause. It's called the Healing Box Project. They've been around for about 9 years now. And as far as things go, they take care of veterans, bring veterans together, get them guitars, get them in their hands, teach them how to play those guitars. And then on top of it all, it's just a nice opportunity for all these guys and gals to get together, sit down and talk, and be among their brothers and sisters who served in the military. With me now is CJ Dunkley, who's the founder, if you will, of the Healing Box Project. Thank you so much for having us out here today, CJ. I really, I've kind of walked around with this guitar, showing it off. I kind of like it. It's really cool. It's an autographed guitar from the Oak Ridge Boys when they played over there, I guess, at Ozarks Amphitheater.
Yes, that's correct. When they were there, and they were also inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
Well, tell us a little bit about what's going on. This is your annual fundraiser for the Healing Box Project.
Okay, yes, it's our annual fund, always here at the Fish and Company. It's always the first Sunday in June, and we've got all kinds of wonderful items, as you can see, from the different businesses that have donated. And through the items here, we purchase name brand acoustic electric guitars and give them to disabled veterans, and my husband teaches them to play.
Well, it's an amazing thing to see. It really is, to see all the veterans. And you've got a bunch of the folks here today that are members of the Healing Box Project, and we'll have an opportunity to see them here in a little bit. But all in all, just a beautiful day, folks, and we invite you to make sure that you find out a little bit more about the Healing Box Project. CJ, if folks want to help out, contribute, find out more, where can they go?
What they can do is you can go to our website, which is thehealingboxproject.org. We also have the Facebook page, which is Veteran Program, the Healing Box Project. And you can also call us, and our number is 573-372-1234, like counting down a song.
Very easy to remember. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, we're going to take a look around, see what's happening here at the Fish and Company. Thanks to Dale Blue and the staff as well for allowing us to do this here today. We'll see what's shaking at the Fish and Company with the Healing Box Project.
I'm Randy Gardner. I'm with Canines on the Front Line. This is my service dog, Ridge. I've had him for almost 2 years now. Of course, I have PTSD when I come home. One of my issues was going into public, things like that. I had a hard time going to just a grocery store, Walmart, anything like that. Ridge basically gives me that sense of comfort that I can go in there and I know Ridge has my back.
Hey folks, as always, it's been an awesome time here at the Fishing Company with the Healing Box Project, seeing all the veterans, seeing the service dog that Randy Gardner brought out here today, all the great auction items that they've got, and we'll do this again next year right here at the Fishing Company with the Healing Box Project. So great to have the opportunity to work with these wonderful folks, helping out the veterans, teaching them how to play a guitar, and bringing them all together so that they can interact with their brothers and sisters who've served in the military. I want to thank everybody at the Fishing Company for having us out. Certainly a great work, as always, with the Healing Box Project and a variety of different ways to find them. And again, thanks to Randy Gardner from Canines on the Front Lines. We had a chance to see where the funds go and meet some of the veterans that are involved with the Healing Box Project. We took a trip out to the Osage Beach Elks Lodge, or the Elks Lodge in Osage Beach, I should say, and see the veterans in action and get a chance to talk to some of them about how this program has made such a huge impact on their lives. How has this opportunity to get together with all these other veterans brought you a little bit closer to these folks?
I just love humanity, and I just love being around other veterans because I draw. Don't ask me what it is, but I draw from other veterans. I can just walk in the room and I can tell if there's a Vietnam veteran there. Let me ask you, sir, are you learning how to play the guitar? That's kind of one of the important parts of being involved in this group in the first place.
I used to play a guitar 45 years ago, and I'm starting all over again. Yeah, I'm learning a lot.
It seems like Dave's a pretty good teacher.
Very good teacher, very good. Can't imagine being any better.
What are some of the things that maybe you've been able to discuss with some of these other guys that you can't really talk about with other people? And we don't have to get into anything too deep, but just having your brothers around you and an opportunity to be able to, maybe when things are over, go out, have a cup of coffee, maybe grab some lunch, pick up the phone and give them a call.
Well, it's just nice being together. We'd talk about things, and we know how each other feels, and you can tell by the look on their face what they're going through, and sometimes you just got to let them go, and then sometimes you got to reach out to them.
What about you, sir? I think that you're looking this over, and you were a little concerned about it when you first got here. I think
I almost called in sick today when I saw how many chords he put on this sheet. I've never played a musical instrument of any kind, but I'm retired, and I'm always looking to try to expand my horizons, try something new, and I just enjoy being with these guys. A lot of them are in the same shoes I am, and just starting from scratch, but it's fun.
Well, thank you very much for coming out. How about you, sir? What have you taken away from this program, an opportunity for you to get out, be with your brothers, play guitar? Have you ever played guitar in the past?
Frustratingly, yes. I originally come here 2 summers ago, and I wanted to be of service to the group, like maybe help with chord changes, stuff like that. Then I found out I need the lessons, and so I never got to do that. But I'm picking up a lot of knowledge every week.
Tell us a little bit about your experience. How I guess maybe how you got involved with the Healing Box Project.
Well, I started about 3 years ago with Dave. Me and Dave has a history back. He was my high school band teacher, and yes, that's how far me and Dave go back. And I was in Columbia doing some classes up there and some other things, and they suggested me to take this class. Well, I walked into class, and guess who's there? There was Dave. I didn't know Dave was even doing this. Back in Columbia, I was going up there every week. For this guitar, it saved my life a couple times. Due to the fact of low times, high times, or whatever, But usually afterwards, I was in Columbia, we'd always get together, have a cup of coffee, visit. Dave always stayed around. Hey, you got my phone number. If you need me, call me. Got any questions? Don't hesitate. That's the way Dave is. He does not hesitate with one person in his classroom or any other classroom or any other thing he does in his life. Dave is a person of heart and soul. CJ too. I'm not just saying that. That is the truth. That is the way Dave is.
Sir, how about you? You're learning a new song. You've got a friend, James Taylor, and I guess this was written by Carole King. And it looks like an interesting song, but you've got it all out there in front of you, the chords, the vocals, things along those lines. Is this relatively easy for you, or are you finding it a bit challenging?
It's a bit challenging. After I got back from Vietnam, I had 3 sets of shock treatments. And I used to be able to play fairly decent. And now it took my short-term memory away with all the shock treatments. So I can look at it and play it once, walk away, come back, and I have forgotten. And Dave has worked an awful lot with me, a bunch. I mean, he puts the music up the day before. He has a video so you can follow along. I have some severe PTSD, and this is one of my medications. Some days are really tough. So I'll bring up the last video and get frustrated as hell, but keep on trying. And I've told Dave a couple of times, I'm about ready to quit. And then him and CJ just get down on me, don't you dare.
No.
You know, and it helps a bunch. I look forward to Wednesday mornings.
How long have you been involved in the program, and how's it helping you out?
About 3 months. It's nice because of the camaraderie. I mean, these guys served in a different era than I served, and in different branches. But the one thing we have in common is service to our government and to our nation. And I mean, I don't even know a lot. I could walk up to another veteran and not even know his name and just carry on a conversation about things because we just have that camaraderie. The way it's helped me is you know, I have some problems also going on in my life, but you know, they say that music soothes the soul of the savage beast, and when I'm not having a great day, I get this thing out and make my fingers hurt by trying to learn and trying to practice. But it's a sense of accomplishment too. I mean, I may not be able to learn this song today, but it helps me with chord progression and learning you know, how to switch from one chord to another and get my strumming patterns down, and it's helped me a lot.
We'll end it up with you, sir. Appreciate all that you do for the veterans. This is Dave Dunkley, by the way. Dave and his wife, CJ, who have done quite a bit over the last, 6, 7 years now?
We're going on 9 years. Can you believe that?
Wow. And you'd think I'd know that much by now?
I know. It seems like we just started yesterday.
What do you think of the opportunity to sit down with all these guys, teach them some music, and bring them in a little closer? So maybe if they have some issues or some problems, they could reach out to one another, and certainly this helps out in so many different ways.
Well, there's so many different things that go on beyond just the guitar. Like many times they mention the camaraderie, but the thing is, this instrument can be taken anywhere, and you could just strum a couple chords and, you know, like one veteran explained to me, he said, you know, playing guitar is like a chalkboard in front of me. All of my problems are written just down in a list, and with each strum, it's like somebody's erasing a line. Yeah. I think that's the easiest explanation I can use, but it's certainly CJ and my privilege to work with our veterans. They deserve the best that they can for protecting our freedom, and so this is just a little way that CJ and I said, you know, we know a little bit about music, and we should share that. And so we said, you know, the best people to share it with are those that gave us what we have today, the freedom that we have today. So we enjoy the Healing Box Project. We came up with the name because the box is a guitar, and the healing starts with the first strum.
Got to tell you, the folks at the Healing Box Project are on it, and a lot of different ways that you can get involved. Obviously, they're on Facebook, 573-374-1234 is the phone number there. Again, thanks so much to Dave and CJ and the great work that they continue to do helping out veterans in our area. When we come back on the other side of the break, we get a chance to hear a little bit about history, in particular the Civil War and its effect on the state of Missouri, when we're back in studio on What's Burnin' with Professor Jim Paisley. So stick around.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long. The Lake of the Ozarks Shootout on August 20th through the 29th is at Captain Ron's. The largest non-sanctioned boat race in the Midwest takes over Lake of the Ozarks for the 33rd year. Who will win this year's coveted Top Gun? Watch while more than 100 boats compete for best in class. The event raised over $400,000 for local charities last year. Be there in person to watch as boats hit speeds over 200 miles per hour. Celebrate the 33rd annual Lake of the Ozarks Shootout, presented by Performance Boat Centers at Captain Ron's Bar and Grill.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
If it's happening at the lake, it's happening on Lake TV. From the Polar Plunge to festivals, parades, Aquapalooza, and boat shows, Lake TV has it all. Even the granddaddy of them all, the shootouts. If you're looking for places to party, things to do, or even a new home to move into, you've gotta love Lake TV.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home, or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Welcome back to What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV. Great to have you with us. Before we get to my next guest, I want to make sure that we tell you about some other things going on with Lake TV. Cup of Coffee with Will Holtz and Chris Schneider. You can see that through the week, 8 a.m., 1 p.m., and again at 8 p.m. And don't forget Lake TV's Classic Game of the Week, Tuesday nights, Friday nights at 8:30. Time now to talk things over with my good friend, Professor Jim Paisley. The man is a wealth of knowledge. He's been looked to and counted on around the lake area for a whole lot of years for a whole lot of reasons. But we like to bring him in for a history lesson. And Jim, thanks so much for being on the program, man. It's great to see you.
It's great to be here. And I'll tell you what, I'm really tickled that you have this new show and have the opportunity to be on it.
And for those of you who haven't seen Jim in a while, my goodness, what kind of a fitness? I know what your wife has you doing around the house. She has you redoing and remodeling everything, but are you on some kind of a crazy fitness program? You've lost a ton of weight, brother.
Been on a diet, watching what I eat, and doing a lot of work. So yeah, it seems to be working. So far, so good.
When we wrap things up, how about giving me a few pointers?
I'll do that.
Let's jump into our history lesson today, which actually starts in the present, as we normally do.
Yes.
And then we take a look back in history to find out where we've been with this. President Biden has made some interesting remarks in terms of reparations recently.
Yeah, and I thought that's kind of what triggered this. He said that we can't just pick and choose what we want to study in the way of history. And he said we need to look at the good and the bad and everything. And I thought to myself, you know, he said, that's what great nations do. They come to terms with their dark side. And I thought, I wonder how many people know about the dark side here in Missouri. And interestingly enough, during the Civil War here in Missouri, we were under martial law. The federal government came in and told us what we can and cannot do. And
that, by the way, sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, it does, right. And there was a fellow by the name of Captain Nathaniel Lyon. He talked to our governor, and he said, if I have to shoot every man, woman, and child in the state of Missouri in order to keep you in the Union, I'll do it. So, you know, it was a pretty hot issue. So they turned around and declared this martial law, which suspended our constitutional rights. We had none. There would be no freedom of the press, opportunity for you to talk, absolutely nothing. And they did this through what they called general orders, and they were fascinating. The first one they did is they said everybody in the state of Missouri has to join the Union Army, whether you wanted to or not. Now, bear in mind, without a blue uniform, you must be against us. So there you are. They eliminated that opportunity.
There's your ID card right there.
There's your ID card, yeah. So they had a forced draft. Then the next thing they did, and folks, you can relate to this, they came in and they took everybody's guns. They said they can come into your house, take all the guns they want. They want to disarm the citizenry, and they did just that. Also, while they're in the house, if you need to pick up a nice bracelet or a necklace for your girlfriend on her birthday, you could grab one of those too. Wow. Now, the next thing was they said, well, we've got 40,000 troops here, 40,000 Union troops in the state of Missouri, and we didn't have any Confederate troops here at all. Yet they brought 40,000 troops in here, and in doing so, they said, how do we feed them? And they said, well, just let them help themselves. And that's what they did. They'd come to your farm. You'd wake up in the morning, there were 1,000 Union soldiers in your back lot eating your corn, roasting a few chickens, that sort of thing. So, again, no choice. You had nobody to talk to because the government was judge, jury, and executioner. Then they did things like, well, some of these folks are supporting the guerrillas, so they just simply arrest the families and force you out of the state. You lost everything. You were gone. The worst probably was something called General Order Number 11, and they took the 4 counties south of Kansas City, emptied them. You had 15 days to leave, and if you were still there, you'd be shot. And a fellow by the name of Thomas Ewing came up with that. Finally, like I say, they censored the press. If you go back and you look at the newspaper articles from 1861 to 1865, the Columbia, Missouri, and some of the local papers, they were all censored by the federal government. So it's hard to get clear information on exactly what happened during that period of time.
Well, we look now at how reparations are being talked about in terms of people who had ancestors who were slaves, and they would like to see some sort of reparations in order to do what? To honor the memory of these people? Are we looking at maybe the same kind of a circumstance with what's going on here in the state of Missouri as far as Missouri's role in the Civil War?
Absolutely, because what we saw happen is that people lost everything. The federal government would come in and all it took was the suspicion that you were sympathizing with the South, and you lost your farm, you lost your livelihood. Cole Younger and his brother, their father was a Union supporter, but he had a nice business selling horses and wagons. The Union came in and took it all, wound up killing him, and that's why the two joined up with the guerrillas, and they're fighting against the Union forces in Missouri. So pretty amazing.
Missouri, whether a lot of people know it or not, you think of the southern states, you think of the northern states, Missouri kind of off to the west would seem maybe more like a neutral state, but Missouri had a very deep, steep, rich history as far as the Civil War is concerned, especially between Kansas and Missouri.
Absolutely, and most of our folks that immigrated here came out of Kentucky and Tennessee, so they leaned towards the South. But it's interesting to note that we voted as a state to stay in the Union. And we had a governor by the name of Claiborne Fox Jackson who, once he was elected, he said we owe it to the South to support it. And interestingly enough, that's what the citizens of Missouri did, especially when we wound up being occupied by Union forces who said that they'd kill all of us if we didn't do what they said.
Easy to maybe conceptualize back then, but maybe a little harder to do so in this day and age. But with the federal government, you never know.
Yeah, and what I found fascinating is the resistance force, these guerrillas, all ranged in age from 14 to 17.
Right.
The James boys, Archie Clemens, these guys, I like to refer to them as Hell's Angels on horseback, and they were.
Yeah.
They were tough.
Well, I know that the full transcript of all of your notes is on your website, which is?
It is truehistoryprofessor.com. If you want to read about it, a lot more information about exactly what was going on during that period of time, I think you'll get a kick out of it. It's little known history, but I think everybody needs to know it. And President Biden, if you're listening, we'd be more than happy to take a check here in Missouri.
Professor Jim Paisley, thank you. A genuine pleasure as always, sir, to have you on the program, learn a little bit of history, and as it as it pertains to what we're doing in this day and age. Because as is the case, we don't pay attention to it, we're bound to repeat it.
There you go.
Thanks, Jim.
Congratulations.
Coming up, we've got a great feature with some local folks who are into something that is nation and worldwide, and that's ham radio. We'll talk to Fred Gross from the Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club when we return right here on Lake TV with What's Burnin'.
Hey guys, Daryl Cunningham with Slumberland Furniture at the Lake. This week, don't forget it's Father's Day. What does every father need in their life? A little relaxation. And do we have the recliners? We have over 30 in stock ready to go today, and they're all at great sale prices. All right, so come check out the recliners for Father's Day here at Slumberland Furniture, where it's always a good life.
It's our most protective wash yet. Introducing the QuickCar Ceramic Wash. It's an industrial-grade polymer solution with ceramic nanotechnology, resulting in high-end, advanced scientific protection of your vehicle's finish. The QuickCar Ceramic Wash. Try it on its own or with the monthly Unlimited Wash Club today. QuickCar. Quick, easy, and professional every time. In Jefferson City and Osage Beach.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Gosh.
It's summertime at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you need a local healthcare facility that can handle every aspect of your lake life. COMC is the medical provider for everyone, with OBGYN, pediatric care, behavior and mental health, dental, and more. Central Ozarks Medical Center is the healthcare team you're looking for. COMC offers full-service healthcare from every age, and with 3 convenient locations and our mobile medical and dental clinics, COMC gives you the peace of mind you need to enjoy your summertime at the lake. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Right back here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV. Again, a big thanks to my good friend, Mr. Jim Paisley. We appreciate it. And thanks to our sponsors, Budget Blinds. We appreciate their help bringing you this program each and every week. Had an opportunity to get out and about and have some fun. We don't often get invited into people's homes, but this time we certainly did. They're no worse for wear. Enjoy what we've got for you right here on Lake TV. Hey, welcome to the inaugural episode of What's Burnin' on Lake TV. KB here, Kevin Burns. Thanks to our good friends at Ozark Barge and Dock. They present this program, our title sponsor, and we thank them very much. Hanging out in the home of Fred and BJ Gross. And Fred is with the Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club. They've got an event coming up toward the end of the month. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we get into our discussion with Fred. But he is obviously a ham operator. And first and foremost, thanks for having us into your home. We don't really get that kind of an invitation very often. We're not allowed to go in people's homes. But Fred, tell us a little bit about your involvement in LOARC and some of the things that you've got set up here.
All right. Well, I've been a ham for 51 years, so I've bought and sold lots of different equipment. This is the current iteration of stuff.
Right.
This is what we call the HF, or high frequency radio. With this, we can talk all around the world, all around the country, the world. And I have cards over there that confirm that I've talked to 323 countries around the world.
Nice, very nice.
And there's about 340, so I still have a few to go. But anyway, this is the radio that I use to talk around the country, around the world, whatever. This is simply an antenna tuner. If my antenna is not quite tuned for that frequency, this will help it. This is a power amplifier that puts out this radio puts out 100 watts. This power amplifier boosts it up to 500 watts. The legal limit is 1,500 watts, so this is pretty small, only a third maximum legal power. This just shows the signals on the air, and this is an antenna switch on the tower. I have a 50-foot tower outside, and I have 3 different antennas on it that I can switch using this device. And this is the antenna rotator, so I can turn the antenna around to any position or anywhere in the world.
And you've got a nice setup outside as well. When we pulled up in front of your house, the antenna that you have there, it's pretty nice. You can raise or lower that as necessary.
It's down about 35 feet now because of all the weather we've been having over the last few weeks. It will go up as far as 50 feet. 50 feet helps if you're trying to talk around the world. Right. If you're trying to talk to Europe, South America, Africa, whatever. But at 35 feet, I can talk all over the country just fine. So,
what got you interested in amateur radio?
Well, actually, I got involved in citizens band radio back in 1969, I think it was. And after a few months, we decided that citizens band wasn't for us, so we decided to get a ham radio license. I had a friend who was an electronics engineer, and he taught me the electronics that I needed to know, and we studied all the laws and theory that we needed, and then we got our ham radio license. There's actually 3 classes of ham radio license. There's a technician class license, which allows you to use not this kind of radio, but this kind of a radio, which is just a very short range radio. This works on VHF frequencies, about 146 megahertz. This operates anywhere from 3.5 megahertz up to 50 megahertz, and then this is 146 megahertz, and we also have a band at 440 megahertz. But we got the ham radio license, and then we moved up and up until 3 classes of license. There's a technician, the general, and the extra class. Each one gives you more privileges.
Right.
And the extra class, of course, you could use all ham bands anywhere you want. I like to use Morse code a lot. I do some voice, as you can see from the microphone, but I also enjoy Morse code. I'll turn that off so it doesn't transmit, but you can send that. There are different kinds of keys here. That's fun to use, different types of keys. This is the old straight key. This is what they call the semi-automatic key.
Right.
If you push that way, that just makes the DAWs, but that makes DITs automatically. This will do both. This is an electronic key. And so I have other keys I trade off from time to time just for fun.
Fred, you folks have got an event coming up. The Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club's got an event coming up June 26th and 27th later on this month. Tell us about the event in particular, what you're going to be doing there, and obviously let us know where and when this is going to be taking place. I kind of touched on the when. You can tell us the where and of course, why.
All right. Every year, the Amateur Radio Relay League, which is the national organization for amateur radio operators, has an event called Field Day. And the reason for that event is we go out into the field, use portable generators, portable antennas, set up tents. We have an emergency communications trailer we take out, and we prepare for emergency types of operations so we can go out and quickly get on the air and help people. That's what it's all about. That's always the 4th weekend in June. And we have our event on Bridle Cave Road, or I think it's called Thunder Mountain Road, at the Missouri Conservation Area. And that's where we set up, and that's where we stay for 24 hours. Everybody is invited to come out and see the operation. Whether you're a licensed amateur or not, you can come out, and we'd love to have you come out and see what we're doing and how we do it. If you want to get on the air, we'll put you on the air and let you make a few contacts. So you get a little experience with ham radio. The fourth weekend of June every year, we start setting up our equipment about 9 o'clock Saturday morning, and we start actually operating at noon on Saturday, and we will operate until about noon on Sunday. That's a 24-hour event. we have practice this way, and we go out into a field somewhere. We use portable generators. We use portable antennas, quickly erected antennas. And we go out and set up, we have a trailer, emergency communications trailer. The club belongs to the club. And we set up out in the field somewhere, and for 24 hours, we see how many contacts we can make all around the world, around the country, whatever. Just how many contacts you can make, how quickly can you get set up in an emergency situation, and how good is your communications. So it's a national exercise just for emergency preparedness.
And that's a big part of what ham operators do. In the event there is some sort of an emergency, a natural disaster, ham operators have the opportunity to get the messages out there to convey emergency information when necessary, and that's so very important. And I think a lot of people look at this as a hobby, but if it came right down to it, you have all the capabilities necessary to convey emergency information if that's what it takes.
If it's something like several years ago, we had a tornado down south of Camden, and we went out there and set up, and we did some health and welfare traffic and helped out a little bit. With this kind of radio, the club has a repeater, and we use that repeater so we can extend our range a little bit. And you can also use the HF radio in emergencies. If the emergency is in, when Puerto Rico got wiped out here a couple of years ago, they used the HF radio a lot for passing health and welfare. We work with the Red Cross a lot. We work with emergency management, usually this close communications. But we can also work nationally or internationally using the HF radios.
So, Fred, if there's folks out there that would be interested in getting involved in ham radio and they'd like to find out a little bit more about the group, Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club, where do you meet, when do you meet, and tell them a little bit about that.
All right. The Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club meets on the second Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. at the Mid-County Fire Station in Camdenton. And if you'd like more information or contact numbers, you can go to LOARC.com. That stands for Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club, LOARC.com. We have a list of contact information. The club also gives tests so you can become a ham radio operator. You have to pass different tests for each level of license class that you want. We give those tests also after the club meeting. So get on LOARC.com and you can get all kinds of information there.
Well, Fred, I certainly appreciate you and your wife, BJ, having us in your home today. Thanks for explaining the equipment, basically what you folks do, and we'll hopefully have an opportunity to maybe see you folks in action sometime. And folks know they're here in the event of an emergency. Like we said, a lot of these folks do this as kind of a hobby, but if need be, they can jump into action when and where, and they've got that mobile rig that Fred was talking about that they can set up in various areas as well. We're going to take a little break, come on back, and get you back into What's Burning right here on Lake TV. We had a lot of fun and we learned something, which is something that you might actually find rather interesting as we work our way through the various episodes of What's Burning. Thanks to Fred Gross, his wife BJ, and all the folks that made it possible. And big thanks to the Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club for what they do. Hey, listen, folks, stick around. We've got one more quick break, and then we're going to come back and give you some final thoughts and a bit of a lead-in as to what to expect next week on What's Burning on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com. A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's nothing like summer at Lake of the Ozarks, and Hy-Vee and Osage Beach is your one-stop shop for your day on the boat and fun in the sun. We feature the lake's largest wine and spirits department, along with our lake-famous beer cave. And you'll want to check out our brand new Summer Fun Center with all your apparel, toys, coolers, inflatables, towables, and so much more. Hy-Vee and Osage Beach, voted the #1 grocery store in Missouri and your one-stop shop for an unforgettable day in the sun all summer long.
Hey, a big thanks to everybody for helping me out with this first show. Of course, we can't do it without our sponsors, Kerry Mawson and the folks over there at Budget Blinds. Also, a big thank you to Ozark Barge and Dock, helping us out with What's Burnin' on Lake TV. A big thanks to all of my guests, Mr. Bill Cass from SRG Financial Advisors, Dave C.J. Dunkley, the veterans with the Healing Box Project. What an inspiring project to bring veterans out of the dark and into the light, getting them guitars, getting them everything that they need to kind of get their lives back on track. Professor Jim Paisley, what a great opportunity, and a big thanks as well to the Lake of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Club. Great week this week. Join me back here for a new show next Thursday. Going to be having some fun with dogs and cats, also in the kitchen. Not at the same time, obviously, two different segments coming up, maybe even a guest or two that you might know on next week's edition of What's Burnin' on Lake TV. Got to say a big thanks to this cast and crew at Lake TV. Everybody has just been so wonderful to work with, and what a great opportunity as the guy who's been in radio now for over 30 years is trying to do something in front of a camera. We'll see how it goes. Please come along for the ride and make sure you join us next Thursday for the new show right here on Lake TV with What's Burnin'.